So the first thing that we usually do on Wizard Hang is what we're going to do is we're going to create a full sentence together, one word at a time.
Oh boy.
So Jeff, as the esteemed guest, you shall start, and then I guess John, you can go next, and I'll go last in true Wizard Scroll fashion. I got last, and we'll just go in that order until we make a full sentence, and or we start laughing uncontrollably.
All right.
Well, that's 2 words, so.
To start with, we'll start right now. Bitches.
Love.
Stitches.
And we're done.
All right.
Nah, that's a mic sync if I've ever seen one.
We'll make it work. We'll fucking fix it in post. Don't worry. I'm a savant when it comes to this. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the program.
That's the only thing you're a savant at.
No,
sure.
I'm done. We have a very special guest with us today. Why don't you introduce yourself and tell us all about your stuff and what you do?
Didn't do any research ahead of time, huh? All right.
With your very beautiful. I've never met this man before in my life.
My name is Jeff Pennington.
Okay, writing that down. That's your last name.
Yeah, write that down.
Yeah.
It's Jeff. 6'3", love long walks on the beach, love getting caught in the rain. I'm an artist, illustrator, graphic designer, and cartoonist, and I do...
Very talented one at that.
Thank you. I do several podcasts, including M-Class Podcast, which is about Star Trek. It's like a sort of a watch club style review show where we have a lot of audience interaction, or maybe we used to. And... also a podcast called Story Lords, where we accept prompts from the audience, and we write, me and my 2 co-hosts, Josh Henderson and Rich Masters, write stories based on those prompts in 3 different genres. And mine's Spooky Vision, the most haunted podcast on the internet.
Yeah, very frightening stuff. Every time your stories come up, Jeff, I have to fucking get my diapers ready because I shit my pants every time. Very scary.
That's something to share with the audience. I appreciate the candidness to share that with the audience.
Yeah, it might be a little much, but like the horror is genuinely terrifying at times.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Certain stories, when they come around and they listen again, because I'm the type of person to re-listen to a podcast, I just want to skip them because I know what's coming, but you can't look away.
Yeah.
It's like a great car crash.
Like, you know it's good when when Josh and other Jeff are fucking fucking silent, just engrossed in your story.
Can I put that on like the DVD cover of our podcast? It's like a good car crash.
Put it on the book when that comes.
We're not talking about the...
All right. Oh. So going back to the podcast you mentioned, you and Josh have known each other, I feel like, at least 10 years at this point?
Yeah, it's been over a decade, because we had known each other for a little while. Maybe it's going on a decade, because we started M-Class Podcast in 2016. And we'd been just basically DMing back and forth on Twitter, RIP. Mm-hmm. Just constantly about Star Trek. Every Star Trek thought that popped into our brain, we were DMing this guy we just met, like, a week ago. And eventually, after months of this, I told him about an idea for a podcast that I had back when I was doing the same thing with Mike Sadorf, one of his friends who worked with him a lot with, what is the name of the Continue production company? Make Film Do Good?
Sure.
They had, Mike Sadorf had been working with him a lot in that, and I was supposed to do a Star Trek podcast with Mike Sadorf like ages before, and he, in Mike Sadorf fashion, had a bunch of giant life-changing things happen to him, so he no longer could do it any longer. And I sat on it for ages until I realized that Josh was literally the perfect guy to do it with. And he was genuinely amped to do it with me as well, even though I was nobody.
Oh, I wouldn't put yourself down like that, but I get what you mean. Like in the podcasting space early on, like
sure, I'd only done one podcast before, and it was with a friend of mine, and it was called Rider Club Radio. It was a super niche podcast about the Japanese superhero series Kamen Rider, and it had maybe like 400 listeners, 500 listeners tops. So that's
still a pretty decent amount.
Yeah.
Very decent.
And now you're on a podcast like this, you know?
Yeah.
How many listeners does this podcast have?
It depends on which podcast you're referring to, because I have two. This interview that we're discussing currently will primarily be on the second podcast, Wizard Scroll Nights, where it's basically 1/10 of the listenership of my main show.
Wow.
It's hard to estimate because like all the different platforms, they have their own
Yeah,
subscriber
yeah.
counts. I like to estimate maybe like around 1,000 followers.
That's pretty sick. I mean, like, the thing is, like, it's not the size of the following, it's the motion of
Exactly, the motion of the ocean, the community. The Discord community, like fucking the Storylords Discord is like my home away from home.
We really lucked out with the
Yeah.
Storylords Discord. Like, I've known many a person who open up a Discord because that's just sort of what you're supposed to do when you do a podcast.
Yeah.
Is open up a Discord. I've met many a person who regrets the shit out of that from the type of audience that they've brought in. So we really lucked out with the Storylords Discord that everyone is cool.
You're curating it by like you have to buy in. You have to be a patron to get in. So I definitely that
Yes.
definitely applies a filter to it.
It's not as big of a filter as you would think. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, no, like, but it's always like everybody in there is so cool. Like, I've made so many friends. Like, I've siphoned off so many of your fans into my show,
Well, that's the way to do it.
John included.
Originally, that's what we did with M-Class when it came to the Continue fandom. We just siphoned off as many as we could.
Exactly.
And eventually you start building your own fandom.
Exactly. Like, fucking writing club in your server is like, like, I've made so many friends that are helping me write my show now.
Yeah, if you would like to become a part of the writing club on Storylords Discord, then you can head to patreon.com/storylords and become a patron today.
That's true.
Plug.
Yeah, no, like, if you want to listen to some of those stories that we write in the writing club, check out Wizard Scroll Nights, where we do that.
But genuinely, a person should check out the Storylords
Absolutely.
podcast as well as then eventually the Discord, because you guys just have such a writing style that it really is the perfect amount to just keep you waiting for the next episode.
No, it's fantastic.
Like, even when you do a one-parter that's standalone, usually somebody has a cliffhanger that you're waiting for it to resolve.
Oh, yeah.
So every episode, it's like a nice little surprise of what you're getting.
That's good to
Who's
hear.
actually gonna, like, is Josh really gonna continue his story this week, or are we just gonna fuck around in a subway? Who knows? But it's a good time.
We don't even know that, honestly.
Honestly, like, your show is just so, like, mind-boggling. Like, for me, like, I've been writing my own shit for fucking half a decade at this point. It's hard.
Yes.
Like, doing a bi-weekly show of the length and the width and the girth of all three of your stories combined.
It's girthy.
It's very girthy stories indeed. And like, just the
Veiny,
fact
I
that
would say.
you're able to do that like every other week is just mind-boggling to me.
And then every other week he's doing M-Class. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is a much easier podcast to prepare for.
You just gotta
Let's put it
watch an
that way.
episode of Star Trek that you probably watched fucking 69 times
Yes.
already, and then just talk about it.
Absolutely.
I've listened to M-Class before. I'm not much of a Trekkie, so I haven't really like dove into it, but I do enjoy the conversation just because I like the sound of your voice and Josh. Like, you have such great chemistry.
That was like a surprise. I will say that, like, I've done podcasts, like guest spots and stuff, and I did Writer Club Radio, and I've tried to do other podcasts with people, and sometimes that chemistry is just not there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's more often than not there. The fact that we started doing the podcast and almost instantly had a rapport with each other, I think, speaks to, like, how similar we are as people, but also how professional Josh is as a podcaster. He gets a reputation as like a wild child,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a little truth to that. But he is like extremely professional at what he does, and I feel like he brought me up to a new level working with him. And everything that I've sort of achieved since has been because of what I learned from him. So big shout out to Josh Henderson.
Yeah.
I went back and I started M-Class from the beginning, trying to get into Star Trek.
It's a mistake.
I don't know. You guys have that chemistry, like you're saying. Like, it made me feel like there had to be deleted episodes that came before the movies. Your guys' rapport was just that good.
The motion picture is literally the first time we were on microphone with each other.
Wow.
We spoke to each other for the first time on microphone about a half hour before we started doing the motion picture.
God damn. That's
That's
wild.
actually kind of terrifying to think that, you know, there could just be a person out there that you gel that well with.
Yeah,
you know,
it was crazy how well we worked together just from the beginning.
Where's mine?
Yeah.
I think that's something to point out as well. Like, I make a ton of jokes about Josh not editing the podcasts that we're on, and it's like 25-75 a joke, because he barely edits the audio of podcasts. So what you're hearing is exactly what is happening on the podcast.
But at the same time, it's 2.5 hours long on average. Like,
yeah.
I like the amount of polish that I put into my show, but like my episodes usually run to like an hour and a half tops. Like, to do that for every other week, no less, for 2.5 hours, like, the amount you're getting is like plenty.
Yeah, I will say, like, that's one thing I'm very proud of when it comes to M-Class, which is usually about like an hour 15 or something. And when it comes to Story Lords, which is like 2.5, 3.5 hours, depending on how long the stories go, is that each of us has the ability to make it sound like it's edited, even though there's not a lot of editing going into it. Mm-hmm. And it's not because Josh is like too lazy to edit. It's because he doesn't need to. And I pride myself on that.
Yeah, I mean, out of the entire run of the show, I think there may have been like one of the earlier episodes, I think, like, was out of sync at one point near the end.
Oh, yeah.
But other than that one little hiccup, I think the rest of the show is like very, very, like, production quality wise is pretty up there.
I think that speaks to our professionalism, that an episode we did like 9 years ago is still fucked up. We just never fixed it.
Are we going to get a special guest appearance from, like, your lawnmower neighbor?
Maybe. My co-star, you mean?
Your co-star, yeah. Because that's, like, a famous, like, fucking all three of you just have, like, fucking random shit in the backgrounds of all of your...
Josh lives in the Fast and the Furious. Yeah. Like, Rich's son decides to burst through the wall like the Kool-Aid Man every now and then. And my neighbors love to mow their lawn at the exact moment that we're doing the podcast, no matter what day we move it to. By the way, I've moved the podcast around several times, and they just don't mow the day that we don't record.
So,
ever.
like, when like in your day-to-day life, like when you're just out and about and like you're just like chilling at home, like without having to record a podcast, like, is that something that happens? Like, does your neighbor mow his lawn a lot, like, off the air, or is it specifically only while you're recording?
I feel like it's like half and half, right? Like, I'm paying way more attention when I'm recording.
Yeah, that's true.
And not a lot of attention when I'm not. But I will say that even using that as a barometer, it does feel like that they know when I'm recording. They can, like, sense it deep in their lizard hindbrain. And
it's time to mow.
For some reason, I really want to mow right now with my loudest lawnmower. You think lawnmowers would have come further, like technology-wise?
Yeah.
Yeah, put a muffler on them.
Put a muffler.
They're still so fucking loud.
They have, like, electric ones now, but they don't,
they're also as loud. The one we have an electric lawnmower, and it's almost as loud as the gas ones that our neighbors have. I don't know why.
God damn.
Revenge, I guess.
Yeah, right. And then you find out your neighbor starts a podcast, so you just fucking go out there.
Try doing your fucking Manosphere podcast now, neighbors.
Hell yeah.
He's wearing earbuds and, like, actively recording the podcast while cutting the grass. Like, that's the whole point of this podcast.
He has a lawn care podcast.
To schedule your are in sync for some reason.
I would be less angry if that was true, actually.
You know, just having your life that together, like, I'm not a big lawn person, never will be. I get why some people like them. It's not for me. But I couldn't imagine, like, there has to be a lawn care podcast out there. And there have to be people listening to it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And if that's what floats your boat, that's a very specific boat.
Yeah, we have, like, a front lawn that's maybe, like, 8 by 9. It's, like, tiny. And I got so sick of having to use the weed eater on it because there's a giant tree in the middle of it. So it's just roots and weeds that we just planted moss. Our front yard is just moss now. That's how much I fucking hate lawn care.
Life hack right there.
I would actually really fuck with a moss lawn. That's pretty sick sounding.
It doesn't stop all the weeds, unfortunately, but it does keep me from having to weed eat it like once a week. This is the lawn care podcast, actually. That's what this is now. This is the lawn care.
Yeah, growing up, I used to go to Long Beach Island a lot in New Jersey for summer vacations and stuff.
My condolences.
No, it was a good time. But on Long Beach Island specifically, everybody, instead of lawns, people would just have like fucking rocks and pebbles and stuff.
Oh yeah, that's a big thing too.
I'm very nostalgic for the sound of walking on it, like the and like not having to cut the grass because there is no grass. There was maybe on our block one house out of the entire fucking avenue that we were on that had a lawn with grass.
Well, you guys know where, again, this is the Lawn Care Podcast. Welcome.
Yes.
We're going to be talking about AstroTurf next. Did you guys know where grass lawns come from, right? Like the whole idea of them isn't like, it isn't old. It's not like
It's a very American thing, yeah.
Yeah. It started in England where having grass on your lawn was a way to show that you were extremely wealthy because everybody else had gardens that they grew supplementary food in. And that continued over into America. And in order to keep up with the Kardashians, they fucking decided that even poor people were going to have grass lawns and they were just going to have to pay for it out of their butthole.
And then also pay for food.
Yeah.
Instead of growing
you
it
don't get
yourself.
that supplementary food anymore. As a matter of fact, it's illegal in a lot of cities to grow food in your little yard.
We live in a society.
It's times like these where I'm very glad I'm Canadian. that all sounds like a fucking hellscape.
Yeah.
It sure is.
So, Jeff, you mentioned earlier you're an artiste and illustrator, and I just wanted to thank you publicly for your fucking contributions to my podcast specifically. And I know John is the biggest Jeff Dick writer there is. That's why I brought him on.
Whoa. Thank you?
I pay him for that. Yeah. Leave me alone.
No, like every other time I'm on Blue Sky, he just like is just like, oh man, you got to check out this art I got from Jeff, and it's honestly, it's fucking amazing what you're able to do.
John is a patron of the arts. Like, he's not a dick rider. He's a patron of the arts.
Gonna go back to like the 1800s and go to the like some guy who like commissioned an opera and be like, damn, you're one of them opera dick riders, huh?
This Ludwig von Beethoven dick rider over here.
Jeff is so talented.
Yeah.
Everyone should own a Jeff.
You're fucking...
I'm a firm believer of that.
I had you do the logo for Wizard High School Musical with the broom and the lettering and shit. It's fucking brilliant. I actually had I had stickers made of it.
Oh, sick!
I want to send you some. I want to send you a couple.
Hell yeah! I appreciate that.
Disclose your home address to the audience right now, and
it's 237 Maple Avenue, Fake Address Lane. No, John has been. There were months where my workflow was such that John made it so I was capable of paying my bills. So I am forever indebted to John for being a patron of the Dick Rider arts.
I'm just going to keep bouncing on it. There'll be more in the future.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm a lazy man. I could, I'm sure, find another podcast where you've spoken about this, but what really got you into art at the very beginning and kept you into it?
I started, there's been an unbroken chain of me drawing since I was 3 years old.
That's awesome.
My brother had a big Crayola set, one of the ones that have like 80 crayons or something in it.
Yeah, with the crayon sharpener on the box.
Yeah. And he had like no interest in that because this was like the early 90s and drawing was gay. So he didn't...
he ate all the good tasting ones and then gave the box to you. Completely understand.
I definitely didn't have some of the colors. I don't remember what happened to them, but like...
he ate them.
Those reds go fast, you know.
Mm-hmm.
As like a small child, like when Nickelodeon was like really getting its stride in like the early 90s and they had all the Nicktoons and stuff, I was a really big fan for some reason or another of Doug. I don't know what about it like spoke to me as a tiny toddler, but the fact that he drew his little Quail Man comics sort of inspired me to draw my own little superhero comics in crayon and stuff at like age 4 or 5 years old.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
And I had also seen, even before that, I had seen a TV show called Pappyland, which was on PBS. It was like a public access show about like a prospector guy who lived with a bunch of puppets on a farm. and he taught them how to draw. And he had this little game that he played where he would draw a strange shape and then give the paper to the puppet, whose little puppet hand would reach up and draw. And you would see the puppet turn the drawing into something. It was just a shape and they would turn it into something.
Oh, it's awesome.
And that stuck with me for so long that I was a security guard at Marshall University when I went. And I eventually became a supervisor fairly quickly because I was the only one stupid enough to accept it. And I would go around at night to all the buildings, to all the other security guards who were like doing homework or something. And if they didn't have anything to do with the front desk, I would play this game with them because I had to go around twice. So I would draw the shape and be like, make something out of this if you're bored. And I would come back and see what they did. I still have some of those somewhere because it was so fun and I liked what they made so much.
Oh, that's funny.
That's amazing.
That's neither here nor there.
No, that's super cool.
I like fell in love from Pappyland and Mark Kistler's Imagination Station. Just drawing seemed so cool, especially when I started reading comic books and it dawned on me that someone was drawing these for a living. At age like 7, I was like, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do comic books when I'm older.
That's sick. Like, you figure that out so early. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, like, if there was ever a time where you almost, like, gave it up because, somebody said the wrong thing to you or you took something really hard, but it really sounds like you've known all along.
I have. That doesn't mean there weren't times when I thought about giving it up. And I mean, there were times when people sort of talked me out of it when I was little. Like, I was like, I'm gonna make art for a living. Before I knew, like, comic books were a viable thing, I was like, I'm just gonna make art for a living. And my parents were like, well, that you're not going to make any money at that. You need to do something like more grounded. And like relatives would say that. Sometimes teachers would say that. And eventually I got it into my head that like being an artist wasn't like a real job. It wasn't something you could do for real. And I decided, this shows you how little I'm built for a real job. I was like, well, if I need to have a real job, I'm going to be a chef. That's where I went. From art isn't a real job to I'm going to be a chef like on Iron Chef.
What an easy, no pressure job.
That's, so I was never built for a 9-to-5, even though I've had many of them, unfortunately.
Yeah. As we all do in this society, this dang old society, got to afford our fucking lawns and our food.
Yeah, I decided when I was 7 or 8, I forget when Mario Paint came out for the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, with the mouse attachment, yeah.
Yeah, I got that at a pawn shop like I did pretty much every video game, anything when I was a kid, because I grew up a dirt poor. I was so, like, entranced by Mario Paint. Like, I learned how to draw with the shitty Super Nintendo mouse before I learned how to draw with any actual mouse for a computer or any actual software for a computer.
Like tablet or anything.
Yeah. And that mouse sucked dick. That was like the worst mouse ever created, but it was so fun. And I used to blame Mario for me becoming an artist, because Mario Paint sort of seduced me into becoming an artist. But now I sort of blame myself for being so fucking dumb, because I could have been a plumber and made $100,000 a year, an archaeologist and gone all around the world, or a fucking doctor and maybe made somebody in my family proud for once. Mario did all this shit. I ignored that and went, artist for me, please.
But just you wait. Someday you're going to get your spooky mansion. And then it's all going to be uphill from there.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Your vacuum cleaner in your spooky mansion.
I got my spooky townhouse right now, which is pretty good. I'm happy with that. But yeah, that's where the spark for being an artist kept coming back to me. And I feel like for the most part, I've known exactly what I was going to do ever since I was like 7 or 8 years old, which is kind of a double-edged sword, because my brain was nowhere near developed when I made that decision.
To be fair, many people make decisions when their brains are nowhere near ready for them.
That's true.
Yeah.
At least yours is sort of a positive one where it set you on a path that was productive.
Like, you're talking about like 8-year-olds being like, I'm going to do heroin when I get older.
I'm going to join the military.
Well, there is that.
Yeah.
the thing that like really solidified that I may have made a bad decision was when I went to Marshall University, and I talked to the vice dean, was the one who did my like onboarding and stuff when I was talking about going to Marshall. He was like working as like a recruiter in a secondary capacity. And I went and talked to him and I was like, yeah, I want to do illustration as my major. And he's like, oh, we have one of the best illustration majors, in the state. And I was like, oh shit, perfect. That's great. And he's like, yeah, like, just fulfill your enrollment and everything. And, you'll be able to declare a major later. And I was like, awesome. And I found out 3 weeks later that Marshall University does not have an illustration major, never did, and still doesn't.
And he just fucking lied to you straight face just to get you to fucking sign up? That's so fucked.
The fun thing about that is he was retiring and didn't give a fuck of a shit. So, like, he was retired by the time I figured out.
We got the best one in the state, yeah, man. Oh, that's so shot.
And it turns out that the only thing they had that was even close was graphic design. And I'd already had a problem where I went to West Virginia University State and found out that it was like just a fucking garbage school where even the professors didn't show up to class. So I got out of there, unenrolled from there, and they kept every single dime of my financial aid. Just all of it.
Oh, shit.
And they were like, if you want to do anything about it, you can take us to court, but we haven't lost this type of case in like 10 years, so... And I live in a fucking dirt farm, so what am I gonna do, you know? So I didn't want that to happen again, so I just stayed at Marshall, and it worked out. I met my wife there.
Okay.
And so I consider that a plus, but I do have a degree that's been mostly completely useless.
In graphic design?
Yes. I've gotten jobs from it.
I feel like there's some kind of skills that you get from that.
Well, I learned how to be a graphic designer.
Yeah. I mean, you made a fucking sick-ass logo for me, so at least you got that under your belt from it.
That is my biggest achievement.
Your biggest claim to fame in your entire career is just this one fucking... It's like a 1x3 sticker that I got on my water bottle.
Look, every time somebody hangs up my art, period, regardless of where it is, I'm happy.
You have become immortal.
I am within arm's reach of one piece. I could hit another if I threw something at it.
The one that the pirates are after?
Yeah, the One Piece.
Is that a good joke for your podcast?
The space pirates, yeah.
Write into the wizard scroll knights at gmail.com. Tell us if that was a good joke for this podcast. Hold on 1 second. Can we have a moment of silence? All right. I don't know what the hell's wrong with my throat today. Go ahead again, sorry.
Yeah, going back, so what you had said about living in West Virginia, being from there, obviously, from what I can tell, you could rag on it for a long time.
Sure.
Talk about all the negatives. Would you mind, talking about some of the positives of West Virginia?
It's a beautiful state. It is, yeah. I've been to a lot of states in the Union at this point. I haven't been outside of it, unfortunately. That's next year. I'm supposed to be going to Europe, so I'm pretty excited about that.
Nice.
Congrats. That'll be a great trip. Yeah.
But, I've been to a lot of states in the Union at this point, and West Virginia is still one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen in my life. Like, it's beautiful mountains, streams. Like, if you love hiking, you love camping, fishing, any of that stuff, it is just a wonderfully beautiful place. It's ancient as well. Like, the Appalachian Mountains have existed longer than bones.
Oh my god.
Longer than grass.
And by extension, longer than lawnmowers, too.
Yeah. We've evolved to lawnmowers, unfortunately. West Virginia it's hard to explain how beautiful it is. And there's sort of a kinship to the old country, quote unquote, because the Appalachian Mountains, back when Earth was Pangea, when all the land was Pangea, it went across, Scotland and Ireland.
Oh.
And when the tectonic faults broke up the planet the way it did, it split the Appalachian Mountains directly through the center. So when, like, Celtic immigrants from Ireland and Scotland, Wales as well, came over here to the U.S., a shit ton of them settled in the Appalachian Mountains because they were like, holy fuck, this is like exactly like where I live. This looks like home.
And it's the same land, just over fucking across.
Exactly. So that's like the number one thing. And there's like a fun, forgotten history and culture to West Virginia that like really means something that I feel like most West Virginians have completely forgotten at this point. Like the origins of the Union, like unions as a thing, comes from West Virginia and the miners' unions. And those people paid for the original unions in blood. Like,
miners' rebellions are no joke.
Absolutely. I mean, people today don't really know, but like the mining companies basically owned the souls of people who worked for them. You lived in a little town that they constructed. You paid for everything with a scrip, like a fake money that they gave you. They did not pay you in real money, so you had absolutely no chance of ever leaving.
Mm-hmm.
You were like 3 or 4 steps away from a slave when you worked for the mining company. And they had complete control over how much scrip you got even, and it went down the longer you worked. So people were just trapped.
Have you been down into any of the mines?
Yeah. I think pretty much everybody in West Virginia has been in a mine at least once, or like a abandoned mine, or like an old mine that's been turned into like. There are a lot of mines that have been turned into like bat habitats.
Yeah, you had that spooky vision story like a couple weeks ago, like that was about going to an abandoned mine and there was a creature inside of it.
Yeah, and it feels like that when you're inside abandoned mines for sure. Especially if, like, the mine opens up somewhere else and the wind is blowing through it. It sounds like there is, like, the biggest bagool you ever saw in your fucking life back in there somewhere.
The coal mines we have here in Canada, like at least in Nova Scotia, a lot of them go out under the ocean.
Damn.
So just knowing that not only are you underground, but you're underwater at the same time is just super unnerving.
That's terrifying.
Like in Minecraft, you just dig up until fucking water comes down.
Yeah, and I'll put a door down and that's how I'll survive.
Yeah, just breathe.
It's based on the real life.
Exactly.
There, like, the history of, like, anti-government, anti-cop, like, unions, it all sort of comes out of West Virginia, and you would not know that if you met the average person from there any longer. What I always say about West Virginia is it is a beautiful, wonderful state. It's a shame about the people in it. But on the other hand, my wife is from West Virginia. Like, tons of my friends growing up were from West Virginia. Like, you'll find your people there if you look hard enough.
Yeah, it's a good way to look at it. Like, there's always good people who are willing to learn and willing to
absolutely
be good people if you find them. And it matters what you put out.
On the other hand, I remember the first time I went to Washington, D.C., there was, like, political ads on TV. And there was a political ad for a Democrat. And I was like, whoa, they do that? Because in West Virginia, you run as a Republican or an independent. If you ran as a Democrat, you would just lose every single time.
Wow.
Which is crazy, because years ago that wasn't the case, right?
No. West Virginia was created out of a desire to not be part of the South during the Civil War. Like, West Virginia wanted to stay with the North, and they did not believe in slavery. And so they
split from Virginia?
Yeah. They split from Virginia and became their own state as a way to stay in the Union and to outlaw slavery. And nowadays you see people, paradoxically, flying the fucking Confederate flag all over West Virginia, which is always been insane to me.
Got a lot of that in Florida too.
Somehow we have it in Canada as well. So
what the hell?
There's people like that everywhere. They don't even live in the part that was settled at the time. They live in like Alberta, you know.
What the hell?
Jesus Christ, it's fucking wild.
Yeah, I mean, there's people in Canada that want to be like, there's separatists in Canada, which I'll never understand.
I fucking hate all this free healthcare.
Yeah,
I fucking hate all these.
Oh, my free healthcare.
These fair laws.
Social programs, but I want more guns.
Jesus.
So, time to be alive.
Yeah, it's a time, all right. So, Jeff, do you, like, aside from like your own podcasts, like M Class and Story Lords, do you listen to like other podcasts, like in your day to day, or is it just like
Yeah. Well, like I think any artist who spends so much time at a desk has to eventually start listening to podcasts.
Absolutely.
Like you'll go insane eventually otherwise.
Yeah, when I'm
I'm
at work, I listen to Story Lord. Every fortnight on Monday, like when I'm sitting at work at my desk, I got Story Lords on, and my coworkers are looking at me like actually fucking giggling at my desk.
like I really do try and make certain, because like I'm the upload guy, and I have to like make certain that I get the art and the episode and be able to upload it in time. I always try to upload it at midnight on Sunday as best I can, just for folks like you who listen at work, and if you don't have it, you don't have anything to listen to. That's on my mind a lot when it comes to when I upload. So I'm trying my damnedest. I do listen to a decent amount of podcasts. Like I am a big fan of How Did This Get Made?
Okay.
I listened to Toonhounds whenever they upload. When Continue Cast was a thing that wasn't just like a Patreon exclusive, I listened to that a lot. I listened to The Old Gods of Appalachia. I listened to for a while. I was a big fan of the first 2 seasons of The Adventure Zone, and then I fell off of that pretty hard. But I still go back and listen to those first 2 seasons from time to time. I've been a huge fan of the Wizard Scroll Knights, The Lonely Island, and Seth Meyers podcast since it started last year. I've been following
I
them.
didn't know they had a podcast.
Yeah, they go through all of the SNL digital shorts that they made and talk about the making of, what it was like working with the person they worked with, the behind the scenes stuff. Seth Meyers hosts it, and he talks about like writing for the overall Saturday Night Live and what was going on SNL at that time. And they have guests all the time from the shorts. Like the last episode, they had John Hamm come in and talk about doing a short with them.
But they should have sent 3 out for us. I would have taken Paul. I would have taken Josh. Leave you as the odd man out. I would invite Mr. John Hamm. That's a good choice. He would accept. That's a very good choice. Not married anymore, John Hamm. It's available. Bring your skinny tie. Yeah, sweet tie, Mad Men tie. Bring your skinny dick. My name's Swiss. You want to hang out, John Hamm? Did you change your name to Swiss to hang out? Just to hang out? Because, yeah, Ham and Swiss. Oh, shit! That was... Boom! I'd just hold up a bunch of cigarettes and be like, like on your show. One of these is my dick. I wrap my dick like a cigarette. The short one. The old dick and a cigarette trick. Dick as a cigarette. Why don't we draw short cigarettes for a dick?
Kenan Thompson was on a little bit before. It's a great fucking podcast. If you love that era of Saturday Night Live that like the digital short started on, it's really good.
So I will ask, for a person whose handle for a little while was Young Sandwich.
Yeah, absolutely.
What would you say are your top 5 Lonely Island videos?
Oh my, videos. Okay. Well,
or songs, like whatever you want to say.
With songs, like, I always wish they would have made a video for Trouble on Dookie Island. That is my favorite Lonely Island song by far. I fucking love Trouble on Dookie Island. And like, to go back super far, the Bing Bong Brothers is, I'm quoting the Bing Bong Brothers way too much in my day-to-day life.
I mean, you can whisper in my ear anytime.
And I just love the ending of it, where you go through the entire fucking song, and then one of them goes, I don't really like that song that much. And then they awkwardly leave. All the Just Two Guys is up there. I fucking love Just Two Guys.
We'll Shoot You is one of my like very early favorites.
Oh my god, so good. We Like Sports. This is a bad list. Let me think. I know that everybody loves like the big singles that they did, like I'm on a Boat and stuff like that. And when it comes to that stuff, like
a classic,
the one that I absolutely love is I Just Had Sex with Akon.
Oh, that one's fantastic.
I love that one. Captain Jack Sparrow is really good. It's wholesome. It's like a wholesome, funny one, which is kind of strange for them.
Which is funny because the rap portion of it just is like going so hard and like trying to be so tough, and then it just cuts in with oh my god, what's his name?
Michael Bolton.
Michael Bolton, yeah, exactly. And yeah, it's such a good, really struggling with the words here.
Song?
Juxtaposition, yeah.
Yeah, Turtleneck and
song.
Chain is another one with Snoop Dogg. I fucking love Turtleneck and Chain. And there's like a weird little, I'm just dropping tangents here like I do on the normal podcasts.
That's what we do.
There is a Rhett and Link song called the Epic Rap Battle. It's like the first one of those. And that the whole channel sort of based their idea on this Rhett and Link video. And in it, Rhett says, he's a style pioneer. See this turtleneck with a chain. You'll be wearing this next year. And the Lonely Island's album Turtleneck and Chain came out exactly 1 year after that video was uploaded to YouTube.
Is that like a coincidence, or did they like time it out? Or
I think it's a coincidence. I think it's
really
just a
like,
huge
it's exactly
coincidence.
1 year after. That's fucking wild.
Yeah. It might not be to the day, but it is definitely 1 year after.
So let me ask, as someone with the former user handle, the Young Sandwich, what are your top 5 favorite sandwiches?
Oh God, Cubano.
Okay, that's a good one.
Cubano is absolutely banh mi.
Banh mi's are fucking phenomenal.
Italian sub for sure.
Fuck yeah.
This is a controversial pick. I feel like this could get me thrown in sicko jail if you don't follow along with me exactly. But like a Japanese style egg salad sandwich.
Okay, what does that entail?
It's like a much like fluffier egg that's used in the egg salad, and it's like 2 pieces. It's just bread and the egg salad. It doesn't have any of the extra ingredients or anything like an American egg salad sandwich does.
Okay.
And it's got like a real amazing sort of like savory sweetness to it.
I feel like I could get behind that.
And number 5, this is another controversial. This is a Southern classic that I've been completely unable to find anywhere since I moved away from West Virginia. The hot bologna sandwich.
Hot bologna?
Which is...
Is there a difference between a hot bologna sandwich and a fried bologna sandwich?
Yeah, actually, hot sauce. It's a fried bologna sandwich with hot sauce. And
yeah, that would be blasphemy in my household, so...
Oh, yeah? Why is that?
Yeah, my dad would be a hard no on the hot sauce.
Oh, too white?
Your dad's like...
Too much flavor, yeah.
Salt is too spicy.
Like, I don't know about this Miracle Whip. We're a Mayo family.
Yeah, my family was kind of like that, too. I can't really say too much about that, but, like, yeah, those are definitely my top 5. And Cubano is the reigning king. Like, yeah. I'll eat a Cubano at any time, any day. So sick.
You're a fan of pickles, then?
Yeah, I love pickles.
Yeah. I had my own fucking, like, arc on the show, actually. Like, I have a sandwich review show called The Wizard Roll, and the podcast art is just the regular art, except the SC in my logo is crossed out. And
that's graphic designing right there.
It took me, like, 5 whole minutes to take care of that. And then, like early on, I'm like, I fucking hated pickles my whole life.
No pickles. Pickles taste like ass. They make the whole sandwich taste like ass. Fight me in the comments. DM me. I don't care. Pickles can suck my dick.
Don't tell me there's fucking pickles on this thing. Are you kidding me? God damn it. There's pickles on my fucking sandwich.
And then, like, one day, my mom actually, like, made me a Cuban sandwich with, it was like, you know, like, with the pickles in it. And I ate it, and I was like, she didn't tell me.
Oh, you got tricked.
I got tricked into eating it, and I actually liked it. And I was like, oh shit, do I like pickles now? I have to, like, go on the show and, like, apologize, I feel like.
Anyway, I don't know if an apology is due on my part, but a couple months ago, I have recently converted to, I guess I enjoy pickles now, which is strange, considering all the pickle slander that I've had on this show before. But there's pickles on here. I ate one. It's not hidden under my tongue or anything like that. I'm enjoying it.
Here's like the secret, right? Like the book The Secret. I think this is what that's actually about. There are multiple
pickles?
types of pickles.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
And
I've come to
some
learn
of them
that.
suck asshole.
Mm-hmm.
Like bread and butter pickles, garbage. Get that the shit out of here.
Yeah.
Sweet pickles, I understand why you would like them, not for me. Dill pickles, kosher dill pickles, immaculate. Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
That's my pickle rating.
It took me a very long time to like come around to it. I still like, I would say I probably, most things I prefer the sandwich without the pickle, but like I'm not gonna like fucking throw a fit like I used to.
Sure.
Like as a child, as a young child of 21 years old, I would throw a fit at the local Wendy's if I had pickle on my burger.
As you should.
As I should, yeah.
Hello? Hey, yeah, is this the Chick-fil-A located on Baba Booey Street? Yeah. What's let me tell you something. I just got back from your drive-through service. I got my fucking Chick-fil-A sandwich in hand. I'm ready to do a review for the ladies and folks at home. And there's fucking pickles on this sandwich. How do I review a spicy chicken with no pickle when there's pickle on it?
If I had a Cubano without a pickle on it, I would throw a fit.
It's just like a fucking turkey and cheese panini at that point, or whatever the fuck's in it.
Yeah, I don't think that's right. But anyway, you had a question?
I was gonna say, on the subject of young child sandwich, top 5 child ages. What'd you enjoy about being a child?
This seems like a loaded question. I'm not gonna. I think.
All right, not even gonna dignify it.
I think this is a type of question that is trying to entrap me, and I don't have anything to hide. So,
Okay.
Wow.
I liked, like, I always had a soft spot for when I was 7 because that's when I decided I was going to make comic art. Like, I still remember that so clearly that, like, I told somebody that I was going to be a comic artist, like some adult, and they're like, "You're 7. Why do you know what you want to do already?" And I was like, cause I know who draws Spider-Man.
I'm 40 and I never figured that out.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, shout out to Mark Bagley, who was the artist on Spider-Man at that time, who's probably pretty heavily responsible for me becoming an artist. Also shout out to Elliot S. Baggin, an Superman writer from the 60s and 70s who had continued writing Superman novels well into the 90s and 2000s, who I read his novel, and like the illustrated version of his novel, Superman Miracle Monday. And I loved it so much that I emailed him with a bunch of my drawings. Cold emailed. Found his email on his website. And he responded a couple days later telling me that I definitely had the prospect of growing up and becoming a comic artist if I just stuck with it, and gave me a bunch of tips.
Fuck yeah.
That's amazing.
And I was like maybe 9 or 10 at the time.
From your socials, I get the idea that you're a big Golden Age superhero fan.
Yeah,
Is that correct,
Golden
or?
Age, Silver Age, Bronze Age, like any classic superhero stuff is like right up my alley. Like comic books in general of the time, like the more grounded sort of mystery stuff, and a ton of like the EC Comics horror stuff as well. Like I just love classic comics.
Yeah, I feel like with there being just so much in existence, it's hard for a lot of people to like know where to start or where they would think they would want to start.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any arcs that you're like if someone's gotta read this, like you can't not?
Like if you're trying, it depends on like what you're trying to get into. For me, like if you're like trying to get into like the history and like the best of like horror comics, there are like these brand new EC Comics collections that have like the best of the best horror comics from before the Comics Code Authority kind of butt fucked them out of existence. Those are like brand new. They're like on the shelves like right now at every comic shop you're going to go to, and you can find them online. Just search like EC Comics collections and you'll be able to find them. When it comes to superhero stuff, I think it really depends on what superheroes, what era you're trying to get into. like if you're one of those people, I've done this with like 100 people at this point. If you're one of those people who's like, I don't really get Superman, I don't like Superman, like he's boring, check out Grant Morrison's All-Star Superman. That will change your opinion about Superman, without a doubt. It's worked on 100 out of 100 people. It leans so heavily into the outrageous, fun, ridiculous, completely unapologetic wackiness that is inherent in comics, superhero comics, and Superman specifically, that will make you fall in love with that character. If you just want like really classic, like Bronze Age comics, like the stuff that movies and stuff are based on now, Claremont and Burns, X-Men. They did Uncanny X-Men for, I think, like almost 20 years of comics. And
Wow.
It might be 15, it might be less, but it's unbroken with the same exact two men behind it.
What a run.
And it sets up and knocks down so many storylines. Like, it sets up something in issue like the 5th issue that gets resolved in like the 60th issue.
Jeez.
Knowing you have time to run like that must be so freeing. And
Yeah.
I'm sure that kind of carries over to Storylords a little as well, because like, yeah, there's a season, yeah, there's whatever, but like, you don't have to resolve things whenever. You can leave it if you want and come back.
Just let it lie for fucking 2 years and forget about it.
We ran into a weird thing in the last episode. I think it may have ended up in the episode where I said that I thought we had 6 episodes left, and Josh and Rich both said that we didn't. And I was like, well, fuck. But as it turns out, I was right. We did have 6 episodes. They weren't counting the one we were doing, which I don't know why they didn't do that.
Oh, that explains the confusion.
Because we have 26 episodes in a season, and it was episode 21. So,
Yeah, it wouldn't end on an odd number.
no.
All I'm hearing is I get 6 full episodes of Frankenstein, and I'm very happy.
Exactly.
Oh, fuck yeah.
That was the original plan. It's called the 666 Society, and I wanted it to be 6 episodes.
Yeah, naturally.
But when I thought that I didn't have the time to finish it, they were like, "Oh, are you gonna like mess around with the story to make it fit?" And I was like, "Nah, I'm just gonna end the season on a cliffhanger. I'll do it next season. It's whatever." We do this thing at the beginning of every episode where we're like, "What's the order that we're going this time?" And we're wrong every time. We have to look it up every time. So I don't claim to be an expert on my own podcast.
It's always funny to me when the podcast starts and this week our prompts were blank and blank, and then it's the immediate jump on Rich moment of no, you got the prompts wrong again.
Princesses and disasters.
It's wild how often he flips them almost every time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, but like he tells us the order, our first and our second, like it's important, right? And we write it down in that order, and he flips it every single time. But about like in 1 in every 15 episodes, he just got the wrong prompt somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
I still think back to like how we first started the writing club in the Discord, and then like we sent a message out in the server, our prompts for writing club are princesses and disasters, and then the next episode Rich wrote about it. Just ignoring the fucking prompts that you guys actually pulled.
To be fair to Rich, he does have a full-time real job and a son. So
That's true.
I can't blame him for forgetting.
I give him mad props for keeping up with the podcast, like writing fucking 17-page long epics and doing that every other week. It's just fucking wild to me.
Yeah, he's starting a brand new job now as well, where he's going to be like even busier. So I guess this is like an exclusive. This is like a Wizard Scroll Knights exclusive.
Yeah.
Depending on when this comes out, I'm the new artist for Storylords. Like, I'm the new episode artist because he's not going to have time to do it anymore. So there will be like an announcement on our Patreon and on the website and stuff eventually. But maybe this comes out first. Maybe this is the first anyone's ever hearing of it.
You heard it here first or second, ladies and folks.
We both know you won't have this edited in time, Chris.
Yeah, no, there's
Like,
one,
that's the reality.
There's one other episode like lined up before this. So even if this was ready, there's another one that's already like in the chamber before this. So
okay, so you may have heard this like 30-second. This might be the 30-second breaking news.
God, those story lords won't shut up about the new art.
yeah,
They're hyping it up like it's someone new, and it's just fucking Jeff. Come on. You've already done like a bunch of art for the show. Like, we fucking get it.
You did a few in the past already, right?
Yeah, I think I've done 5 episodes of art for this might be news to some people. As I learned through M class, like early on, I don't think like some people don't know that there's art made for the podcast because they don't go to any of the socials or the website or anything.
Yeah, it depends on the platform that you stream on. Like some of them, like they just only pull the show art and not the episode art. When I found out that, I was actually pretty upset because like I put a little bit of like effort into making my show art. The wizard roll,
it is
for
a bummer.
example, with the fucking the letters crossed out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send you that one. I'll get your opinion. on that.
That is a bummer though. That like when
like,
you put all that effort in.
Yeah.
Like I had to learn to kind of be okay with that.
Yeah, because some of the art you've done for M class, where like people accuse you of like it being AI, it's that good of art, or like they're like, no way a person could do this.
I haven't run into anybody accusing me of AI because I'm so fucking loud and hateful about AI that like I don't think anyone would ever accuse me of using it.
That's a very good point.
Like I am the world's biggest AI hater.
Here, Jeff, check this out.
The wizard roll.
With the poorly edited sandwich over his hand instead of a fucking piece of paper.
That's beautiful, actually. I'm a big fan.
My friend Nick drew the actual art, like back in 2020, I think.
It's great. It really is cool.
I'll pass along the message. Yeah, no, I was very impressed because the episode art I was rocking before this was fucking like not that great. It was all right for what it was. Like it was just a friend who like was into graphic design and not necessarily illustration. So
Sure.
I was kind of, but this art was drawn by someone who was focused on illustration specifically. It took him like fucking 3 months to make this.
It's beautiful. I
yeah.
love the color choices are
Yeah,
genius.
the purple, yeah. No, he's great with that.
Yeah, I did have to learn to be okay with the fact that like most people aren't really going to care about the art for a podcast.
Yeah, you don't think about it
because it is an audio
There's
medium.
a lot of effort that goes in that not necessarily gets appreciated, but
like I put a ton of effort into the M class art. Like every piece of art for M class is a full scene with characters, background, graphic design involved of where the text goes, how it's laid out. It usually takes me about 3 or 4 hours. Sometimes less, very rarely more, but I had to sort of come to grips with the fact that like this is practice. Most people aren't going to care about this. And it's worked out for me sometimes because some of the art I've been able to convert into like actual illustrations for my portfolio and stuff. But I think for the most part, people are like, "Oh, neat," and they move on.
All right, so we've been going for like about an hour at this point before the edit. Jeff, do you have any like final remarks or anything that maybe like you wanted to touch on that we didn't get to today?
Nah.
I've got one more question if you don't mind.
Yeah, John, go for it.
Sure.
Is there anything sort of like, obviously you're going to be moving on and doing the art for spoilers from now on.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any other projects in the pipeline that you'd care to talk about, or is it more you'd rather it be a surprise?
Well, I have a secret project I've been working on for a while. It is a comic. Like I can definitely say that it's a comic that I've designed characters for. I've written a huge chunk of it. I've got 4 pages of it done, like beginning to end. I've got the logo designed. When I finish the 5th page, which I'm about a quarter of the way through right now, I am going to announce it. But for now, I don't know when that's going to be because I'm working on it between commissions, between, responsibilities, between episode arts and that type of stuff. But, it is not what anyone is going to expect from me. It is an action comedy, which maybe people will expect from me. But I think it's going to come completely out of left field, and I'm really hopeful people are going to enjoy it as much as I've been enjoying making it. Let's put it that way.
The graphic novelization of the Wizard Scroll.
I
didn't want to spoil it, but
you give me $100,000 and then we'll talk about it.
Yeah, right.
Nah, I really would love to tell people about it, but I've done this thing in the past a couple times now where I start working on something and I tell people about it, and then all the motivation to do it drains out of
true. Me. Yeah. Happens, yeah, it's a classic thing. Like, telling people about it gives you the satisfaction that would have come of you actually doing it. It's like blowing your load before you pull your pants down.
Yeah. It's like partially that and partially that, like, it's really hard to get across a visual medium idea to people just using words.
Yeah.
And so most of the time when you tell somebody, like, really great idea for this comic you're working on or something, they're like, oh, that sounds cool. And it sort of deflates you.
Yeah.
Like, when you're like, I'm so hyped on this and, like, I'm working on it, it's so good. And then you tell somebody about it and they don't have any frame of reference like you do. So they're like, it sounds all right. And you're like, well, fuck. So the only person who knows about this comic is my wife, Crystal. And even she doesn't really know that much about it. Like, I've been sitting on it this whole time. I've been working on it for about a month and a half now, maybe 2 months. So I'm really excited for that to come out.
I'm looking forward to reading it.
And for people that want to see that announcement when it comes live, what are the best places that they can find that at?
They'll be able to, like, the sort of central hub for everything I do online is jeffpennington.art. That's just, if you type in jeffpennington.art, my website pops up. Mm-hmm. It's got all the links you'll ever need to all the socials, all the merch, all the everything, all the podcasts. It's got, like, my portfolio. It's got, like, just a ton of artwork on there in different genres you can check out. But it's also got a blog. And the blog will be the absolute first place that announcement goes up after Patreon. And I do have a personal Patreon just for my artwork, which will be for the comic when the comic comes out, in the same way it was for Inksburg when I made the comic Inksburg 5-6 years ago, however long ago that was.
I think you might have shared a few images of that at some point. I remember that name sounds familiar. Isn't like that black and white like noir comic or something? Yeah, I remember liking that a lot. It was really cool, like, from what I saw of it.
There's one issue of Inksburg up, The Night of the Cat Burglar. It's basically Bob Clampett style Looney Tunes meets, like, Raymond Chandler style noir. And it's like a comedy mystery where you can actually solve the mystery along with the character. Because if you look for the clues in the panels, you'll be able to find them yourself.
Oh, that's sick.
And at the end of the comic, Hardy Hare, the main character, who's like the detective, he goes through and points out which panels have the clues in them before he reveals the answer at the end of the comic.
That's such a good use of that medium.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. There's like a secondary twist at the end as well. I've written 2 scripts for it. The first one I made years ago, and the second one I'm sort of sitting on. Again, it was... I was a little less confident in my comic making at the time and my art skills, and the fact that it sort of bombed. There were only like a handful of people who really cared about it, like, really put me off making more of it. I don't think I'm there at that point anymore. I think I'm just going to make this comic whether anybody likes it or not.
That's fair. Honestly, like, if you make what you fucking love, like, the people will find it. I learned that.
Well, here's hoping.
Learned that by doing it for 5 years. Fucking Wizard Scroll I basically was doing it by myself, for myself, for like the first 2-3 years of the production.
I think you have to do that as like a creative person.
Way.
If you don't have an audience already, that's the only way you build an audience is just perseverance.
Exactly. The Discord. And like, you know what? That's the thing is like how I found I could get people to listen to the show. I was like, hey, do you want to be in the show? Do you want to be a funny character?
They'll definitely listen after that.
And then like after that, like I pull out some like casting calls. Like every time I put out a casting call for certain characters, like I get a huge influx of people in the Discord.
That's sick.
Because like they're all like they read like the lines of the script from the casting calls. Like, oh, this is fucking funny. I gotta check out this show. And I'm like, oh wow, gotta do these more.
That's
often.
awesome.
Yeah,
I'm glad that that's like a really genius way to go about it.
Yeah.
To answer your question, my website, my Patreon is going to be the first place that anyone learns anything about it. That's probably By the time this episode comes out, I will say that my Patreon will probably have the first post about this comic up, where I show the logo and the cover and what the comic's going to be about. And that's patreon.com/Jeff Pennington. Again, that link is on my website in the link section and everything.
I'm going to put a link to the website in the description of this. So if you see,
Sweet.
Yeah, listeners at home, if you want to check out this talented, handsome man's fucking website and all of his artwork on it and his Patreon as well, click that link next to his name and you'll be whisked away to a wonderland of cool art.
Maybe you don't hype it up that much. And if you, I'm on social media, I'm on Blue Sky at jeffpennington.art, actually. I'm on Tumblr, just Jeff Pennington, no spaces. I'm on, some artist websites and stuff as well. All the links are on my website. You can find it all there. And it'll basically, when I put up the blog post on my website about what this comic is, it'll be going up on all the other social media as well.
Nice.
I don't have any socials to plug, so I don't know what you're waiting for, Chris.
Does anyone have some sort of funny joke that we would want to end on?
Yeah, who's the worst Donkey Kong character?
Fucko Kong.
Fucko Kong.
Finn.